In the previous segments in this lesson, we've looked at making templates and how they work and how we make editable regions and lock regions out. So all those things are done. We've looked at how we apply them and make them HTML pages. Let's see how a template, once you've got pages established, changes those pages by re-accessing and working on that DWT file. So we're going to have to go into the templates folder. Let's open up our only template. Say we don't like the color of the background. We've made a change, or maybe editing comes in and says that's not our company color. This is actually in an area over here called Content. And it's a CSS rule. So we're going to double click it. And we're going to come into Background and change that color. Say something like a light gray. And we like that. Another thing. This information wouldn't be here. It's a template to what's happening in my life. So what I might put in here instead is, let's select that text and basically say something like, enter in info on what I'm about. I'm going to cheat here by selecting this text, Control-C copy, and then I'll just paste it down here too. In other words, when this template comes up, this information will be there, and then the person that's actually working it will know they're supposed to enter in the information on what's going on in those particular days. So we've made several changes here. And we could do anything we want, change it any way we want, but we already have pages that are assigned to this. Let's go ahead and go up to the word file, say save. It's going to say, okay, you want to update. You might have a whole lot more in here than I have, but we only have that one page we made. Yes, I do want to update it. That's already done it. We can click close. If we go into our pages, and there's our one page right there, so you can see all the changes have been implemented. So if you have pages that are open, it will update those pages, but you'll have to save manually. If your pages are closed, it will change it, obviously, and save them automatically. Let me answer one more question here. Is it possible to put a library item into a template? In other words, like maybe my menu up here. And let's go ahead and get out of this one, get back to the template. This area up here is not a library item. Those are just buttons that I created for this particular lesson. It would be possible. First, let's go to Assets and go into, here's our library. If we select all these things up here, we could drag them in, and we could make this a library item, like main nav. There are pros and cons about doing this. It's asking if I want to update all our pages. Again, I'll say yes. If you do get into areas that we're not going to talk about in this basic Dreamweaver course, like optional regions, I found that sometimes they don't work exactly the way I expect them to if I've got a library item within my template. However, like I said, if you're just going kind of where we're going, you should be fine if you want to do that. That means that if I change the library item without the template being open, it will automatically update the library item in the template, and then the template will further update all the other documents and web pages that have it attached to it.